All right, guys, what's going on? What's cracking? Drinking a Red Bull right now. I'm not trying to get into the alcohol quite yet. It's only 10 o'clock here. Not that, honestly, it's not that early for me, especially because, well, that's me. Anyway, so today, titanium day. We've got more titanium stuff in from Bear Boost, or JT Barish. He's the one hooking me up with all this stuff. I can't thank him enough. This stuff is freaking sweet. So let's go ahead and get into it. So here's everything we're going to be dealing with today, guys. I'm going to show you where it goes on the engine and explain it all. So this is all titanium, all from Bear Boost, which is right there. JT Barish runs the company. There's a couple things here. So we've got these bolts right here. These go for the spark plug cover. These are for the valve cover. Let's see if I can get a little bit there. They have a wider head on them. They have a fat head, so it sits on there and it covers everything nicely, which again, I'll show you. We've got some threaded studs here. 2 of these actually go to the throttle body. 2 of these are gonna go to the intake manifold, and the rest are for the lower part of the intake manifold. I forget where these go. These go somewhere specific too. I think these go on the valve cover too, I think. I can't remember. We'll find out here shortly. So I'm gonna start putting this all on, guys, but I'm pretty stoked about it. I wanted to lay it out here just because look at it, it looks beautiful. Especially, there we go, perfection now because you got a Red Bull in the background. All right, screw this, let's get to it. Let's get our engine looking pretty. All right, guys, the first thing we're doing is the lower runners here. So we've got a stud here, and I believe, where's the other stud at? The other stud is down here. So we're gonna replace those studs here real quick. I went ahead and put one of the 12 points in. It's a 10mm 12 point, which you can see it down there. It looks muy guapo. But this actually replaces the studs too. So he makes it factory-ish on the fact that it replaces these studs, so you do have an alignment point, because if you just put bolts in it, like replace everything and just use bolts, aligning this up, like trying to hold it with your hand and line up would suck. So did it the proper way by using the studs so it's easy to slide on and slide right off. So let's go ahead and do that quick. Haha, out. All right, guys, to install these studs, it takes an HW3. It's very, very tiny to install these guys right here. God, why is my camera not wanting to focus? All right, guys, so this little guy right here is an HW3. I know it's very, very small. I use this right here to put it on. Tiny, tiny, tiny little guy to install this stud, but it works. So now they're all on. I'm not sure if you guys can see here. Got one down there, one there, and then I got 2 back here. But they look pretty freaking sweet. I love the 12 point. I love 12 point. I just think it looks nice. So I do have to replace these studs here on the upper part. I don't have the bolts that go down here. JT might be replacing these, but they're pretty specific and pretty long bolts. So we'll have to talk about that, and I'll have to get some more information for them. But as of right now, we're just gonna replace these studs and put 12 points on this. All right, guys, so I've got the top ones on now. Now what I need to do next is actually slide the upper intake manifold on, and then there's some other studs I need to put on too that actually go to the top of the upper intake manifold, which is actually for the throttle body, which I'll show you here in a minute. All right, guys, so I went ahead and started on the top here. We're gonna go ahead and start putting the valve covers on here next. He actually includes these studs too, which I've never seen before. I don't think anyone else does this. This is the first time I've seen this. They actually include these long, skinny, weird studs that go in here that takes a 10mm. You can see, look at the difference in that. These are always bent on these things, and they're always pretty corroded because if you can see, a large portion of it sticks out, so it always gets, you know, debris and shit on it, and eventually this gets really corroded. I snapped one of these before, which kind of sucks. This will never happen with titanium because it doesn't get corroded, which is freaking awesome. I love this. That's why spinning a nut on these things, it's just like down here. It's so free. Like, titanium is so nice. Like, even stainless steel has nothing like this. Like, so this is where it's really handy here again. If you guys can see here. Old nasty, new and fresh. Very, very cool. Pretty stoked about this. So now next up what we got to do is start putting the bolts on to put on the valve cover. One thing I had told JT is, like, I hate these rubber washers, right? But I know that I have to use them, especially now that I'm not using billet valve covers on her car. We're using standard valve covers. These little washers that go below it are like made of a rubber material, and it helps keep them from breaking these tabs off. And I'm like, I don't want it to be seen. He's like, well, I got an idea. So what he did is made the head flange of it there wider so you can't see it. So when you crank this down, you should never see this little seal. Where at the factory ones, you can see it stick out and it always turns brown and ugly. Now you never have to worry about it. Good looking out, JT. I love the way this looks. All right, guys, last part here. It is done. We got the valve cover bolts on. The only thing left to do is put the spark plug cover on, put the titanium bolts over that, which I'm pretty stoked about. So this is all bolted up now. The only thing it does suck with the intake manifold, I do have to take it back off because I don't have the lower gasket for it yet. Not a big deal. Obviously the engine's out of the car, so I don't really care. But I do have to take it all back apart to put that gasket in. And then I need to talk to JT about, see if we can possibly get these made in titanium, and then the 2 long bolts up here. Those might be studs with a nut. Instead of doing it with a long bolt, just because I think that's more practical. But I would like these bottom ones here to be bolt still. I just think that makes more sense for down here. So I'll keep you guys posted on that, but I am very, very happy. Now let's put the cover back on and see how it looks. All right, guys, so I've got the actual engine covered up here. Move my jack back here quick. Let's go ahead and just... This is actually a bicycle bag that you can get from the dollar store. I use this because I work in the room here and it gets dirty, so... But I just want to look at it. It's just so beautiful. So we've also got the titanium spark plug cover bolts in now. Look how perfect those look. Oh, freaking love it. This came out so nice. And again over here, look at these titanium 12 points. Like, just look at it. I'm so happy with the way these 12 points look. I just think they look cool. Again, I want to talk to JT. We have to get him for the upper manifold now. We only have these 2 here. And then he's going to list on his site here too. We're going to offer, or I should say he is going to offer the 12 points up top here and replace the studs for your throttle body, because look how janky these look compared to that. What do you want, that or that? Exactly. You're going to want titanium up here too. We got the titanium down there and the rest. And here is the actual valve cover. Those look great. I'm so happy with the way those turned out. As you guys can see, fully encompasses the seal itself. So if you're looking from the downside here, you can't even see those seals, which is exactly what I wanted, because I hated the way they looked. I thought they looked terrible in my opinion. So I'm much, much happier with that. So overall, you can see here, guys, it looks freaking great. So yeah, there's still some time now. I'm not sure, we've talked about too, I'm not sure if we'll just keep these factory bolts at the bottom. Look how long these are. So this might have to be a stud for these and then a nut. It's much easier to do a stud and nut than a bolt going this long. So I'll show you guys that. Maybe get these titanium, but again, that's factory, so that's not anything pertinent, but that looks much better. You never have to worry about corrosion this way, guys. It just makes life a lot easier. And on that note, guys, I'm out. Again, if you guys could do me a favor, go down below, check out Bear Boost. It's Bear Performance on Instagram, so I'm not sure. JT, why'd you make your name that? It's Bear Boost, but Bear Performance, but you know what I'm saying. If you guys want to check it out, please, I got the link down in the description too. If you guys want to buy it today, this stuff is ready to ship to your door right now. And here's the biggest thing, like, let's be honest, cost. They're literally half the cost of everyone else. Let's just face it. Like, you see the studs and everything else from Speed Factory, they're like $200 some. Yeah, these are $130. Yeah, it's literally half the cost. So, and it's the same damn thing. And on top of it, like the studs that go in for the exhaust side, those studs are the short style that you need for most manifolds, unlike the ones you get from Speed Factory and all those other companies. Those ones are too long to use on most manifolds. So then you're stuck buying the OEM short studs anyways on the bottom half. Sucks. Where if you just buy these, it gives you everything and it's half the cost and it's titanium. It just makes perfect sense. So guys, do me that favor, go check it out. Keep supporting the channel. If you have any questions, concerns, let me know down in the comments and I'll talk to you later. Peace.